Hey there, and welcome to Canna Farm. Today's the first day of harvest, and we're currently getting started.
The first step of harvest is using a shredder to cut down the plants that we grew all summer. Once the foliage is on the ground, we go back a second time using the rake. The rake moves all of the plant matter to the side. This keeps the leaves and stems out of the machinery and prevents buildup, which can lead to equipment malfunctions. Here, Dad and I are hooking the digging implement, which we call the Canna digger, onto the back of the tractor. We are also attaching the hydraulic hoses. This digger very closely resembles the original model, which was designed by my great-grandpa Neil in the late 1940s. The design is a modified potato digger, which has had only a few modifications in the last 70 years. Now that the ground is prepped and the digger is attached to the tractor, it's time to drive out to the field and get started. The two people that drive the digger are my dad, Dustin, or my brother, Sage. Today, my dad is doing the driving. The digger uses a blade to cut under the bulbs and lift them out of the ground. The bulbs then ride up the conveyor. This allows dirt to be shaken off. Then, the bulbs drop into the bed of the truck, which drives alongside. This year was my first year to catch cannas. It took a few practice rounds, but I eventually got the hang of it. I definitely think it is one of the harder jobs during the harvest season. Once the bed of the truck is full, the digger stops and clears all of the cannas off of the conveyor. We wait for the hand signal from Dad, and then we pull out from under the digger. It's time to drive the full load back to the barn for the first step of winter processing. You can't see it, but under the load of cannas is a conveyor belt. Once we get back to the barn, the conveyor is what slowly transfers the bulbs out of the back of the truck. Once we arrive, the truck backs up to the washer. Then we use the conveyor to unload the cannas at a controlled rate. The rate of the conveyor depends on how much dirt is left on the bulbs, how many there are, and the amount of debris that is mixed in with the bulbs. Once the cannas are on the chain conveyor of the washer, they go under streams of water. You can see that when they come out on the other side that the bulbs are much cleaner. We wash the bulbs to remove intact soil from them. This is a Department of Agriculture policy for shipping bulbs in the mail. While we add this extra step, it's not something you have to do at home. You can easily knock off any excess dirt without using water. During this washing process, we also use 3 water reservoirs. The same water cycles through the reservoirs to the washing area and back. We began doing this almost 20 years ago to reduce our water usage. Once the bulbs are on the big conveyor belt, our team carefully removes debris from the canna bulbs. The bulbs are separated by being placed on the top conveyor belt, where they ride to the end of the line and are dumped into crates for temporary storage. The cannas remain in crates only for a brief period of time. Once harvest is over, every bulb is re-washed and our production process continues. I look forward to sharing the details of that process in a future video. But until then, thank you for joining us on the farm for our harvest season. We'll see you next time.